Breaking news. Welcome to today's headlines. Police under fire for persecution of 21-year-old Gloria Okoli. Police under fire for persecution of 21-year-old Gloria Okoli. To my dear listeners from wherever you're listening from, please stay tuned as I read today's news. Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria, Huriwa, on Saturday slammed the Nigerian police force for its continuous persecution of 21-year-old Gloria Okoli, who was erroneously arrested for allegedly being a spy for the indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob. Uriwa, in a statement by its national coordinator, Comrade Emmanuel Onwumbiko, lambasted the Inspector General of Police, Usman Baba, over the rearrest of the young lady despite a federal high court sitting in Abuja granting a bail, and she had perfected its conditions. The 21-year-old was released in March after being detained for 9 months since June 17, 2021 by the police for allegedly being a spy for Ipob's Eastern Security Network, an allegation that has been proven false. Okoli was earlier detained at the Intelligence Response Team office in Owerri, Imo State, before she was transferred to Abuja and subjected to dehumanizing treatment, including being turned to a maid, washing and cooking in detention, amongst other rights violations, as said by an activist, Arisen Guanishu. The activist also published cash transaction slips of 220,000 naira, allegedly collected by the policemen from Okoli's relations for her release, but she was held back and her right contravened. A federal high court sitting in Abuja on November 23, 2021, had granted bail to Okoli in the sum of 10 million naira with 2 sureties, and she had perfected the bail conditions, but the police didn't release her till March. To the shock of many observers, Okoli was rearrested days after her release from the Suleja Correctional Center in Niger State in March, after about 9 months in detention. According to reports, Okoli was rearrested by the Imo State Police Command when she went to a bank in Owerri to withdraw some of her money. Reacting to the continuous violations of Okoli's rights and the gross disregard for court orders by operatives of the Nigerian police force, Uriwa's Onwumbiko asked all persons of conscience and gender advocate to rise and defend the innocent young lady persecuted by the police for no justifiable reason. Onwumbiko said, "The continuous mistreatment, enslavement, imprisonment of Gloria Okoli has become unbecoming and should stop forthwith. It is worrisome that the police, in its characteristic manner, again shunned a federal high court order of November 23, 2021, granting Okoli bail, but the overzealous and lawless policemen under IGP Usman Baba went ahead to rearrest Okoli, who was granted bail by the court." The illegality of the action of the police is glaring in Section 36, 5 of the Nigerian Constitution, that states that every person who is charged with a criminal offense shall be presumed to be innocent until he is proved guilty. The penchant of the police for gross violations of the human rights of innocent Nigerians, such as Okoli, must be condemned as reprehensible and despicable by men and women of good conscience. It is no longer news that the brutality and extrajudicial killings of citizens by the police, especially the men of the IRT formerly under detained head of the team, Abba Kyari, who was notorious for rights violation, instigated the EndSARS protest in October 2020. You will recall that judicial panels of inquiry awarded multi-billion naira compensation bills of the over 2,500 victims of police brutality against the NPF, but till date, a chunk of this money have not been paid to the victims. Uriwa further calls on the National Human Rights Commission as well as right organizations to rise up and defend the rights of Okoli, grossly and flagrantly violated by the police and many other young women suffering police brutality and dehumanization. The persecution of Okoli must stop immediately. The violation of citizens' rights must also stop. The IGP should warn his men. Nigeria is not a banana republic, but a federation founded on the rule of law and the tenet of democratic values. Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria Luriwa on Saturday slammed the Nigerian police force for its continuous persecution of 21-year-old Gloria Okoli, who was erroneously arrested for allegedly being a spy for the indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob. Yoruba, in a statement by its national coordinator, Comrade Emmanuel Owumbeko, lambasted the Inspector General of Police, Usman Baba, over the rearrest of the young lady despite a federal high court sitting in Abuja granting a bail, and she had perfected its conditions. To my dear listeners, now we've come to the end of our today's news. Please do drop by at the comment section and let's know what your view is all about. Thank you for listening.